A very warm good evening to one and all. Welcome back to the today's session. So we will be having our guest speaker, Dr. Sunil sir. So today's topic is a study on Lm potency in homeopathy clinical practice. So coming on to the sir's CV. So we'll be knowing regarding some of the details of sir. Sir has a professional experience of 26 years of rich teaching in subject of human anatomy and also an academic administrator and practice of medicine practice and consultation. Sir also published various papers in the form of articles in various college magazines and various journals and international and national journals. So Sir has been a NSS program officer also and center in charge, center observer, paper setter, external examiner, internal examiner, convener, custodian, flying squad member, subject expert, and resource person in RMW. So many more. So there are many articles published by Sir, and Sir also attended various seminars and webinars and national and international conferences. So this is about the biodata of Sir. We welcome you, Sir. We welcome you all the participants. So session is over to you, Sir. Thank you, Sir.
Okay. Good evening, all of you. Thank you, Vaishali ma'am. Okay. Now, today, this topic is a study on the Lm potency in the homeopathic clinical practice. Actually, this magic and the secrets of the Lm potency is produced in the sixth edition of the Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, the father of the homeopath. Yeah, this Lm potency or is also called this 50 millisievert scale of this potency is this latest and is most defined this method under the science of homeopathic pharmacy. After this fifth edition, Dr. Hahnemann need to sum the aggregated on the centesimal scale and this another scale, decimal scale, and prevent this all the aggravation. So we need to another the potentize another this potency is required in his mind. So after the date, actually after the date of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, this Lm potency is published in the sixth edition. This is the new method of dynamization was introduced by this master and this father of homeopathy, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, in as the last edition of this Organon of Medicine, which was this published not during as this lifetime. After the death of the Hahnemann, then after the sixth edition is published. It was the spear Schmidt from by the Geneva who called this name LM. Actually, this LM means what the L stand for this 50 and this M stand for this millisimal. There is two combination between this Latin word actually and this combination. So it could the Pierce Schmidt is give this name and Lm potency. Because of this fact that is the potency are made of the diluting the remedy. This ratio is a 1 is to this 50,000. So if this 50,000 is there, so that's why no any aggravation is produces. So you imagine that this after this 50,000, this ratio 1 is to this 50,000. So that's why very minimum aggravation are there. Okay, and each steps and is giving the 100 sections. Then after this it produces the 50,000 this millimeters.
Sorry to
Doctor,
interrupt, sir.
yes,
Sorry
ma'am.
to interrupt, sir. Actually, the slides are not moving, sir.
Okay, actually the slide is not moving yet. Only first slide is there, and this introduce the all this thing. No need for
Okay,
this.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Please
After that,
continue,
it
sir.
is 2020. Dr. Hahnemann developed this scale of this Lm potency in this 170 year ago, 170 year ago, to improve the efficacy of the homeopathic medicine and to minimize the homeopathic aggravation period and this promote to rapid cure much shorter period to time both in this acute disease and this chronic disease. Lot of the physician is confused that this Lm potency only is required for this chronic disease, but this Lm potency is also for the acute disease also. And lot of the physician is also not working on that this Lm potency. Okay. So the why actually each and every topic when this webinar is start, this each and every topic, why this need of the this topic, the secrets of the Salem potency. To hear the his son, to his son this process of pure gentle and this rapid. Actually, this ideal of cure, this highest ideal cure is not this possible by medicine for the centesimal scale, or it take a long time in many cases. Decimals and the centimeter scale are this number of this aggravation. So it's not like the ideal cure. To avoid this medicinal aggravation using the centesimal scale, so is required this another this potency. Repetition of the dose is not a possible even if there is a, remnant of the symptom of diseases in the consequence of which is this patient suffer for this long time. Time of the cure was this too long, too long. So the repetition is not given, and this time of the curing is cure is also this very long. So it is not Dr. Sanima's mind is not a ideal of cure. If the selection of medicine is wrong, then after the application of the high potency, the centesimal scale of the disease condition becomes this more this worse. Aggravated is this more. So, so this high static keyword is according to this aphorism number second of the organ of medicine of this sixth edition is this proper this medium materialized and so materialized and with the centesimal potencies. So is required. So why this Lm potency is required? There are this number of this region, number of the points, number of the region are there. So that's why it is required in the Lm potency. What exactly this benefit of this Lm potency? Benefit of this Lm potency is this rapid cure was this accomplished. Duration of the course of treatment was reduced and the gentle cure was possible. The medicinal aggravation can be this minimized or the easily this avoided. Minimized or the easily avoided. Okay. The aggravation, if any, would be this regulated by this modifying the dose and it's the frequency of repetition. When this any aggravation in a centesimal scale and the decimal scale, that time the repetition of the dose is not given because this aggravation is more. But in this Lm potency, is if the any aggravation would be this regulate this modify the dose and this frequency of this frequency of this repetition of the dose is you can do it. Medicine can be this repeated often in a both acute and this chronic cases. Appropriateness of the homeopathic remedy after that after the administration would be the judge soon in the just few days and has in this chronic and this acute diseases respectively. These are this more benefit of the LM potency as compared to the centesimal scale and this uh, decimal scales. Okay. Yes, show this slide, ma'am. You can see. Hello. Hi.
Yes, sir. We can see the slides, sir. Please
Okay.
continue, sir.
Okay. Wherein actually these two sentences very important when you're practicing in this LM potency. Firstly, this always you keep in your mind with the centesimal potency homeopathic aggravation happen immediately after giving this remedy. So that's why this rapid aggravation also occurs that time the patient is very irritated and this proper treatment is not taken. With this LM potency, what happened? This homeopathic aggravation appeared toward this end of this treatment. when the it depends on the sensitivity of this patient is also sensitivity of this patient. If this all the patient is very sensitive at that time, the aggravation maybe this occurs in the first dose also, but this very minimum as compared to the centesimal scale and the decimal scale. Always you this physician always know that this centesimal scales potency and this lm potency, what exactly the difference. The centesimal scale immediately when centesimal scale the potency is given to this patient that time, this immediately aggravation is occurs. But this lm potency given this aggravation maybe this in and this frequency means the these are the this aggravation ratio is a very less as compared to the first aggravation. Okay. Today, these are the aim of the slide. This to determine aim to determine the efficacy of the indicated homeopathic medicine in the somatic practice. This is our aim firstly, and to compare the efficacy of the 50 millisievert scale with the centesimal potency in this management of both acute and this chronic cases of the homeopathic practice. This is our aim of the secret of the LM potency. What are the exactly these objectives of the objectives? The actual high static cure is a rapid, gentle, and is permanent in the shorter period. This is our the first objective. The speed of cure of frequency repetition of medicine in the smallest possible dose, and to avoid the medicinal aggravation as the evidence in the centesimal scale of this potency. The centesimal scale, the Hahnemann described all the centesimal scale in this fifth edition. Okay, this is our the objective. Okay, this one the fifth versus the sixth edition. Why should we prefer this LM potency from sixth edition of Organon of Medicine? Sixth edition is a footnote. In a footnote 132, the aphorism number 2041, Hahnemann stated that what I said in the fifth edition of Organon in a long note to this paragraph in order to prevent this the undesirable reaction of this vital energy, and was all that the experience I then had justified. But during this last hours or this 4 or this 5 years, however, all these the difficulty are wholly solved in my new alternate but this perfect method. This is the LM potency, the new method. Okay. Actually, this one, the sixth edition. In this sixth edition, the all the LM potencies are the introduced the Dr. Honeyman. Before yeah, this fifth edition, the centesimal scale of this potency introduced in the fifth edition of Organon of Medicine. Sixth edition of the Organon of Medicine. However, the Dr. Honeyman in this experiment found that the centesimal potency brought to unbearable aggravation to this patient economy and the delay to this process of cure. Yeah, this centesimal. Thus, the Dr. Hahnemann introduced the LM potency in the sixth edition. After is the experiment of 4 to 5 years with this new dynamization method, that is the LM potency. And Dr. Honeyman therefore declared that this problem arising with the application of centesimal scale of potency has been this wholly solved at this new method of the dynamization of pharmacy. Thus, use of the LM potency in the step towards this advantage and to hence it is this prefer over the centimeter scale of this potency as compared to the centimeter scale of this potency. So you compare with the Lm potency versus the centimeter scale potency in the aphorism number 2046 in the sixth edition. Actually, this merits of the Lm potency over the centimeter scale is a very important. This firstly, all you know that this minimum of no aggravation. These are the first important thing, this Lm potency. We exclude the features of Lm potency over the centimeter scale. These are this number one, this minimum and no aggravation. This with the use of Lm potency medicine, homeopathic aggravation can be this safely this avoided. This aggravation are either the minimal and there is a no aggravation at all. No, absolutely. This aggravation, if this aggravation is occurs, very very minimum, because this is not the as compared to with the centimeter scale, the aggravation is a very frequently, very fast, rapid aggravation when this do, and LM potency aggravation is this very lastly, but is very minimum. Minimum aggravation is found is that quickly disappear. Also the dose frequently can be this regulate that aggravation can also be thus the control and is minimized. On this larger part of the homeopathic aggravation do not exit this new method of dynamization. So this common features of the centimeter scale. So here there is no aggravation. Absolutely, there is no aggravation is occurs. The second point, the aggravation can be this control. Although there is a seldom any the aggravation that appear usually the hypersensitivity patient. Firstly, I this first slide when the aggravation is occurs, if this patient is very sensitive, that time this some time of this aggravation, some point of the aggravation is occurs, but is also the repetition of the dose is of maybe do in the cell potency as compared to the centimeter potency centimeter potency. It can be this controlled by this modifying dose and this frequently this repetition. So it control in your hand is absolutely in the LM potency as compared to the centimeter potency. Third point is frequently repetition. Frequently repetition in this new method of dynamization. These are the LM potency. Frequently repetition of medicine is now possible, which was not this conceivable under the centimeter scale of this medicine. Thus, this frequent repetition is this promising in this both acute and chronic cases. This medicine of the LM potency can be this repeated daily or even second day or as need in this chronic disease under this treatment. And it also this repeated every second second 4 and the 6 hours for this acute disease or the every hours of this often to every urgent cases. When this urgent cases that time you can repeat it even after the each and every hours also. These are the very advantage of the benefit of the cell impotency. So it depicting this constitutional remedy can be this also depicting constitutional remedy. If not, when the Pathak, Dr. Pathak is do this practice, this LM potency, this very this 30 LM potency. How is the way because of this limitation of the mental diseases. That time, this Dr. Pathak, Yesa Pathak is do the practices directly is moved on this 30 potency, 30 LM potency. Why? I don't know, but these are the very easily these are the 30 LM potency. But the Dr. Hanuman said that this when choose the LM potency from by this minimum dose, and then after the single and this minimum dose from by this first 1 LM, 2 LM. That's way. Okay. This fourth point, this rapid cure is happen in this LM potency. With this use of the LM potency, the duration of the treatment can be this reduced, and this chronic diseases may be this cure with this shorter period of this time. When this due to the centimeters scale potency used in this practice, that time the time of this cure are this very long. Patient is very hectic. That but this LM potency time of this this curable of this patient cure this patient is a time is very less as compared to the centesimus potency practice. Without this weighting of this law and the centesimus scale of this potency of this compared with this take to longer time produces this curative effect this more. Appropriately, the selected single dose of the homeopathic remedy at will this time of this complete cure, even with this, but even with and this but slow this progress this improvement. With a slight disease improvement, but aggravation is not occurs. This period should be this diminished to one half, one quarter, even still to this less so as a much more rapid cure might be this obtained if this medicine are used of this new dynamization method is actually the Dr. Honeyman is put the aphorism number 2046 and 6th edition of this organ of medicine. They are this very rapid cure, they are this benefit or this merits of the LM potency. Fifth one, this evolution of prescribing this remedy is very quick one. When the centesimus scale lot of the medicine and the evolution this prescription, but this very quickly in this LM potency very quick this evolution. This appropriateness of this prescribing the homeopathic remedy can be the judge 2 or 4 days in this cases of chronic diseases and this few hours in this acute disease. So we need to just note this long evolution of prescribing and thus this necessary modification can be this made to sooner as compared to the centesimus scale. Where is the centesimus scale? This potency, this physician is forced to wait and this longer period or this watch to action of this prescribe this remedy as well. Where so this evolution prescription is very quick in this alarm potency. And important thing, this palliation of the incurable. Palliation of the incurable. This LM potency, this medicine are to best palliative in this incurable disease. Okay. When this incurable disease, this cancer one and this on this incurable disease, but the palliation is the incurable. Okay. Without this producing any this violent and the dangerous aggravation is a very benefit and is very important this merits of the LM potency. The seventh one, this amelioration comes first and this aggravation are later. There are this centesimus scale of potency. Usually, this produce the aggravation is the beginning of treatment, and then this amelioration, then this followed by this amelioration. While this LM potency bring about the amelioration of the symptom first, and this minimum the aggravation of the original symptom take place only towards the end of this treatment. So the amelioration comes first, and this aggravation others later, maybe, but the aggravation rate is very minimal. And this fourth is a important thing. This mental diseases is a very mental diseases. The centesimus potency may produce the state of the aggravation in case of this mental diseases is a very dangerous. But this LM potency in case the mental diseases produce the smooth cure without this producing even this list of the aggravation. List of this aggravation. Ninth point is hopeless. The incurable may become this curable. Incurable may become this curable. The hopeless incurable cases of the disease with advanced the pathology can turn out this curable after this few months of this treatment. And this potency problem, nothing. Yeah, this LM potency, this potency problem is the neglected. This problem of potency selection was completely solved by this the new method of the dynamic. It had always been this stated this confusion. So to decide from what potency to start the centesimal scale of potency. However, in this new method of dynamization, this confusion was clearly and this no problem of potency selection was solved. Dr. Honeyman advised to start from by this lowest degree of the dynamization and this gradually ascend to this higher potency. But up to this first one, this LM1, LM2, LM2, up to this LM6, or this result is a very easily you occur this result after this six or the seventh one. Last problem often to top of the statement. This in use of the LM potency homeopathy aggravation will occur at end of this treatment. Okay, this first thing. It's a very merits of the LM potency. And thus, if after this course of the treatment of homeopathy aggravation is noted, then this is the time to top of this medicine. The appearance of the homeopathic aggravation after this course of treatment is defined to this end of this treatment. Thus, due to the above the said, the advantages of this merits or the advantages of the LM potency over to centesimal and the decimal, Dr. Honeyman actually his goal of the ideal cure. This is this aphorism number second put here this very highest ideal cure. These are these merits of the LM over the centesimal scale potency. Okay, sign and these aberrations. Hello, you see this line, ma'am? Hello,
Yes,
hello.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Okay. The this slide is a sign and abbreviation of the LM potency. In India, Indian denoted 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3, etc. in the Indian denoted. But this Western country is the opposite 1 by 0, 2 by 0, 3 by 0, etc. This stepwise up to the 30 by 0 because the LM potency, this limit is the 30 potency. Note that this 0 stand for this poppy seed size global, that is this number 10 globals, and then this number refers to this potency or this first one, second one, and this third one potency. Third one potency. Some author this opinion that LM by 1, LM by 2, LM by 3, etc. Now they are this very fad this LM1, LM2, LM3. Note that the LM stand for this 50 and this M stand for the millisievert. Beginning this LM potency start from by the LM1. Always you choose this potency in this first one. Then after you increase this potency if the repetition is occurs when this uh, why second repetition. Firstly, this first repetition, first medicine you give this LM1. Okay, when the second dose are this required, the duration of the first dose, how many days are the later on you see. Okay, this drug strength is a one by this 50,000. 50,000 is the drug strength of the LM potency. Drug ratio is a one by this 50,000. It is a due to fact this one part of the drug substance in a diluted with this 50,000 part of this vehicles. Okay, these are this aberration and the signs of the LM potencies. Okay. Okay, yeah, this how to prepare this medicine of LM potency. Actually, these are the not today's topic. Actually, these are this very long method, but this briefly you know that this how the preparation of medicine of the LM potency. This aphorism number 170, 172, and there this respectively footnote this 150 to the 157 in the sixth edition of this organ of medicine. Firstly, this preparation of this mother potency, there is one grain of the 3C and this plus the 500 drop of this liquid solution. Yeah, the 500 drop of the liquid solution. Yeah, this 500, how this make this 500, this 400 distilled water and this 100 drop of the alcohol. You know that this 3C are this firstly the drug substance and the soluble and this insoluble. solid and this liquid juice and this saturated and the sugar of milk, and then after the up to this third centesimal potency. In this, their third centesimal potency is the 3C and is converted into the mother potency for the LM scale. Okay, there is 1 grain of the 3C plus the 500 drop of the liquid solution, 500 drop of liquid solution in is the 400 drop of the distilled water, and thus 100 drop of the alcohol. This way the preparation of the mother potency. Then after the preparation of the first LM, this first drop of the mother potency and this 100 drop of alcohol and section are the Sunday times or the section of it. Then after it produces the first Lm potency. Okay, this way the first Lm potency this one drop, and then after the second potency how you this prepare is not a you can see this all the aphorism. Okay, you easily understood the all the preparation, how to preparation of the Lm potency up to the 30 Lm. 30 Lm. Maximum maximum limit of this Lm potency. Yeah, this maximum limit of Lm potency in organ of medicine, the sixth edition. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, this father of the homeopathy, put it the 30 Lm potency to be this limit of the new dynamization of the this method. If was the become Dr. Hahnemann believe everything has been come to, and this end of this cannot be this on the independent. Nothing can be this limitation. So the 30 dynamization degree, this 30 Lm potency degree of the end of the Lm potency. These are the maximum limit of the Lm potency up to the 30 Lm potency. From what potency to begin this treatment? Here this footnote of 155, 6th edition of Organon of Medicine. From what begin? Okay, this firstly after this lower degree of potency has been the use for 1 or 2 weeks in this treatment of the chronic disease. Then after the advice is made in the same way, higher degree of the potency up to you can do it up to the 30 Lm. These are the they indicate they are the put in footnote of 132 6th edition of the Organon of Medicine. The treatment of this patient suffering from by either acute or the chronic cases, chronic diseases in to be this prominence from by this lowest degree of the dynamization. And Dr. Hahnemann clearly stated that this footnote in the 132 6th edition of the Organon of Medicine, that we must always bring treatment to seek from by this lowest degree of the dynamization as compared to this the new method of the dynamization, this that which is this alter but this perfect method, that is the LM1, should be this first prescription potency, and it should be the gradually ascend to higher degree. When the when you do the second prescription with the later this next slide you see, Dr. Hahnemann with this statement to clear that this confusion of potency solution, this is the more logical and is more scientific approach in the art of the potency selection. There remain no not this idea of the doubt or the any doubt regarding from what potency to start this treatment after the guidance of this master. Okay, and in the safe and logical systemic approach to start from by this lowest Lm potency as with the mention in this Organon of Medicine in the 6th edition. There are the homeopathic physicians who start this treatment from by the potency that they desire, that is the sum started from by the Lm3 or the Lm6, and there are this often after beginning this Lm 12 up to the LM30 or the any potency that the choice of their mood of the demand. Firstly, I mentioned that the Dr. S.R. Patil is directly put the lot of the articles is the provided, and they choose the directly choose the 30 LM potency. Why I don't know. This randomly the selection of potency and the disorderly and the administration such the potency will be this less good and is more harm to this patient. Okay, this beginning of the statement. Okay, there are this lower degree of the potency. Firstly, your choice always. What should be the dose? Is a very important. Lot of the time, the dose confusion of the patient of the physician, confusion. There are the single and the simple medicine is absolutely not allow in this homeopathic to give this patient at one time to different medicinal substances. This aphorism number the 2073 sixth edition absolutely not allow this homeopathy when the different these two different medicine substances give this one time. It is a wrong atom to employ this complex means when the simple means this appears. Okay, they are the subs. Okay, this aphorism number 2034 the sixth edition. Okay, you choose the single and the simple medicine always. Minimum dose if you give this too strong dose of medicine which may have been even this quite this homeopathically to the might prove the injuries by its the mere of magnitude that by this unnecessary to strong the impression this aphorism number 2075 the sixth edition. Okay, that should be the dose the single always you choose the medicine the single and this minimal dose. Okay, there are this very good benefit of the repetition of the homeopathic medicine in the different condition. This acute case and the urgent case and this chronic case. Okay, there are these three steps. Is mentioned in this aphorism number 2048, sixth edition. Okay, if you the desire to clarify the types of the cases that we are this required to prescribe, then we are this safely this conclude that how the three condition upon the we need to with this plan to schedule and this mode of the treatment and repetition of the homeopathic medicine. There are these three steps. Only this acute cases in the acute condition the both pure acute disease and acute exacerbated this chronic disease. This homeopathic medicine are to this repeated every 2 or 6 hours as may be this needed. Okay, you can just repeat the dose. Okay. Urgent case is a very important. This urgent condition that is though the condition which allow no time, no less time, no revive, and if the action is a delay, it may be the ensure. This carefully the selection of homeopathic medicine can be this repeated every hours or the more often as with this case with the demand. Okay, you can choose the very urgent case. You can give the medicine this frequently, even 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour this way. Okay, these are this repetition of the dose. When the chronic cases, what happen in chronic diseases condition, every correctly choose the homeopathic remedy can be this repeated daily or even every the second day of this month up to the increase this section. But the limit up to repetition, how many days are this repeated? Okay, that is one repetition. Okay, this one. How long should we this continue the first prescription? There are this. very important. These are the till return to old. This important. This important sentence. Till return of old original symptom is a sign of approving this cure. When the firstly this up to the repetition of the original symptom, the first prescription you continue the first prescription to the patient. Okay, these are this very important thing. Okay, and we should with this continue the first prescription so long as the patient experience continually improvement without the encountering one or the another this complaint that they have or the she or the he never to be never to before in this is a life. Okay, these are the put in the aphorism number, I think 2046 aphorism in the sixth edition of the organ of medicine. Okay, as soon as this new troubleness symptom troublesome the symptom make their this appearance in this course of the treatment, the first prescription need to be this change. Prescription made with this change. And the new homeopathic remedy need to be the selected and the administration in this lowest degree of the dynamization to complete this cure. Up to the original symptom is not occurs, you can continue this first prescription. But this limitation is that the new homeopathic remedy need to the selection of the administration lowest degree of the dynamization to complete of cure. Okay, that is how long you should be this continue the first prescription. When is the proper time of the second prescription? These are the again the very important. When is proper time of the second prescription? That is first prescription should be this continuous so long as this patient experience the continue this improvement without the encountering any this new complaint that never have before in this lifetime. Okay, with this original, this first slide said that this original symptom, if up to this old original symptom is not occurs, we can continue the first symptom, first prescription. But the they are this not occur this any this new complaint. Those are has before in this lifetime, before he or the she's lifetime. This old original symptom is not occurs up to you can do this first prescription, but this limitation is that. Okay, if there is an the appearance of the altogether the new group of the alter the symptom, those which were not present in the chip complaint, and also this patient had no the past experience of the such symptom in the life, then the another one more the homeopathically related medicine must be the chosen in this place of this last medicine. Thus, this proper time of the second prescription is given this new group of the symptom make there the appear during this course of treatment that the patient never had in life. When this new occurs the symptom, that time you this properly this proper time of the second prescription. But this old these are the proper time of the second prescription. Okay, these are the when it is this proper time of the second prescription. Okay, potency selection of the second prescription. Newly selection of medicine must also be started the fresh from by this lower degree of the dynamization. Okay, here the potency selection. Yeah. For example, if the patient was the administrator in the homeopathic remedies for the you select the sulfur one, this first prescription, and he was the subsequently this given the sulfur 0 by 1 and the sulfur 0 by 2 after the sulfur 0 by 3 and after the sulfur 0 by 3, if it is the so happen that the another the symptomatologically this appears with the demand of the say the some symptom is occurs like the lycopodium symptom is occurs, that time this you need the second prescription. When the second prescription will again need to the start fresh from by this lower degree of the dynamization, that is the potency of the second prescription would be this lycopodium 0 by 1. That time you choose the selection of the selection of the second prescription. Thus is the this reason behind that the patient had the absorbed sulfur from by the 0 by 1 up to the 0 by 3, but not the lycopodium or any other the drug. So here the however, if it so happen that in this course of the treatment, once again you remedy this picture changes and again the symptomatological demands of the sulfur. So this potency selection and drug selection is also okay. Here this how to manage the aggravation found during the treatment. This is manager. When the similar aggravation or occurs, dissimilar aggravation is occurs, acute disease or the acute exacerbation of the chronic diseases, that time what need to do done here? If the aggravation is found to appear at the end of the treatment, what is the indicate and what need to done? Okay, firstly you say the you see the similar aggravation, that is the indicate. What is the indicate here? The similar aggravation is refer to in intensification of the symptom alternating the existing. The what is the indicate here? It means only though the symptom had aggravated upon which the remedy was selected. Such the aggravation are the result of the too large doses. This style of the aggravation will the begin from by the every this first dose of the medicine and the every subsequent dose will case of the further the aggravation. These are the indicators. Okay, that what need to do here when the similar aggravation. First point, the dose must be this reduced till further. Second point, dose may be this repeated at a longer intervals. Third one, the dose may be stopped for the several days. And for this type of the similar aggravation caused due to this large dose will be this gradually disappear. Once see this medicine is stopped for the several days in order to see this convalences needed to this no further this aid is here. These are the need for the what need to done when the similar aggravation is occurring. Sorry, dissimilar aggravation. That time, if the aggravation is the intense and this violent, if the aggravation is a mild, okay, they are this. What is the indicate and what are this? What need to this done? Okay, this similar aggravation are these are condition when the during the course of treatment there is appear the new troublesome of the symptoms, some the pertaining to the diseases and the appear the new symptom which were not found in this patient previously. It is called the dissimilar aggravation. Every aggravation by this produces the new symptom when the nothing onto us has the occurs in the mental or the physical regimens. Invariably, this proved the unsuitable on this part of the medicine this formally. These are this given in case of the diseases before. Okay, they are this mentioned in this footnote 135 in aphorism number 2049 in this organon of medicine of the sixth edition. Okay, what is the indicate? What is the indicate? Yeah, the dissimilar aggravation. This indicate that this medicine prescribed was not the homeopathically to K to be this case and is not capable of the affecting the cure. The first prescription was wrong. First prescription was wrong. That time, what you do? That time, what need to done? Okay, this first point, if the aggravation is intense and is violent, that time what to do? And antidote is to this apply to neutralized to the action of first prescription. Okay. Second one, once the action of the first remedy is the antidote, the case of need to taken this fresh one. Third point, and although this new homeopathic remedy must be the selection of this bias of the new totality of the symptom. Okay, these are the. But second point, if the aggravation is mild, that time what you do, the new homeopathic medicine should be the administered after the fresh case taking without making any delay or the no antidote is needed. No antidote is needed when the if the aggravation is mild, no antidote you cannot give the antidote. But this aggravation is the intense and this violent, that time the maybe the first prescription made this wrong, that time you do the antidote. Third point is acute disease or the acute ex- exacerbations of chronic diseases. Okay, this third category of the aggravation that you can find in this course of treatment of chronic disease is the either the breaking out of an acute disease, or if there is the acute exacerbation of the chronic disease. That time, what need to do? What need to done? First point, in the both condition, treatment is to be done on this guidelines of the acute disease of management of the advised Dr. Animal in the sixth edition of the Organ of Medicine. Second point is chronic remedy is a must be stop for this why. Chronic remedy must be the stop. Third one, the acute case taking should be the done, and this acute remedy this correspond to this acute totality should be the administer this right potency and this appropriate doses. Once the acute episode of the terminated, that the treatment of the chronic diseases in this resume the again, and when the treatment of the chronic disease is the commons again, it is the advisable and the supper for the beginning, and this previous this chronic remedies is provided to aggregate. And there are two occasions when the after the and the acute one, the acute exacerbation of the acute diseases, totality of the chronic diseases, it alter this completely the changes. Then this fresh case taking you can this require, and to base of this the fresh totality of the symptom, and this new constitutional remedy you choose here this homeopathical way, and to case of the administration of this complete discure. These are this where the acute disease and the acute exacerbation of this chronic disease. If the aggravation is found appear at the end of this treatment, aggravation is found at the end of the treatment. That time during this course of the treatment is long standing of disease after the suitable homeopathic remedy was to administered in this Lm potency, and was given in this proper small dose, with each dose the slightly elevated in this degree of dynamization, there may be this appear and they increase the original symptom in this latter part. That time, what is the indicate here? These are this increase the original symptom, or to aggravation of the original symptom can be this found only at the end of this treatment. This is a good sign. And when this cure this almost you quite to finish this aphorism number the 161, 160 in the sixth edition of the Organ of Medicine. Whatever, whenever this treatment this physician is the encounter, so the aggravation of the original symptom, he must be this realized to the cure of almost to the riches. That what need to be this done? Sign of this new one, the dose in cost to must be this reduced still further, and then after the dose must be this repeated longer time, longer interval, and the dose may be this possibility stop to several doses, and see this further the medicinal aids in this required. If no additional medicinal aids are the required, no additional meds are the required, and treatment of the safely you stop here. Okay, that is good sign. Here this zip activation is IPO at the end of this treatment. is a depend, all point are the depend on the sensitivity of the sensitiveness of the patient. Okay, these are the some summary for the honeymoon direction for the use of the Lm potency. The remedy must be this homeopathically aphorism number 2046, and this remedy must be this highly potentized. That is the preparation of the Lm potency in this aphorism number 2046. The remedy must be this given in the small dose, that is the dissolve in this water before the administration to the patient. Aphorism number 2046. Remedy must be this repeated suitable the interval. It also the same aphorism. The remedy must be this alter before each dose and this rise to the succussion. This same aphorism. The solution is with the succussion 8, 10, 12 times before taking one, or increasing this progressively every other the day for the chronic cases. And the second 2, 3, and this 4 hours, the actually this acute cases. There's this aphorism number 2048. Okay, this potency must start from by this lower degree. That is all the summary here. These are this LM1 to LM6, and this proceed to higher level. Yeah, the you mentioned this Dr. Honeyman this mentioned in the footnote of the 2046. Even this long-acting remedy can be this repeated. Long-acting remedies like the sulfur one, this lycopodium one. You can this repeated, yeah, this repeated up to you see this aphorism number 2048. Dosing is a continue while there is a steady improvement and this patient does not the experience of the symptom he has not had to before. This point is very important. And not before, okay, the dosing is continue up to this continue. That is your actually this your idea of the first prescription. If a new set of the different symptoms are seen, then another the more appropriate the remedy must be the look look for it. Okay, this aphorism number 248. These are the summary all point you are the mention already. If the aggravation occurs, that is the intensification of the original symptom at the end of this treatment. This point is very important. These are the aggravation occurs, that is after the original symptom is occurs after the end of the treatment. Then the dose must be this reduced. Is a quantity and is repeated at a longer interval. Maybe or you stop although to see here if they, the symptom will continue to disappear them. This in which case either no longer medicine will be this needed or the continuation of remedy repeat and after the some certain period the symptom are discontinued. Okay, they are this aphorism number 2048. Okay, here this no dose of the highly potentized remedy can be the too small that it cannot be the stronger than this natural disease. That is that it cannot be at least this partially overcome it and that is cannot be the state to this process of the cure. These are the aphorism number 2079. If one is sure that the remedy is correct and there is a no improvement, then it is this likely that this maintaining this cause in this patient where this life or the environment is the influencing his this progress. This must be this removing about this permanent cure. There is aphorism number 2052. Aggravation or the amelioration of the psychic condition and the general the demeanor of this patient are good indicate as the progressive of this remedy. Aphorism number 2056. Actually, there is all the merits of the alarm potency. Already, this point is made. If the patient develop some significant new symptom or the symptom of the remedy, then this is the manufacturer responses. It is aphorism number 2056. And lastly, the others do not make this favorites of the certain remedies as the smaller laser use remedies which might be more helpful with this cover this loop. That is aphorism number 2057. It is not necessary to give this patient more than this one remedy at a time. Okay, this actually this mentioned in this aphorism number 273. Already this point you described here. If this remedy is homeopathically accurate, then it becomes the increasingly the beneficial as it the dose approach the ideal degree of smallness of the gentle action, the aphorism number 2077. It is only by the experiment and the experience and the observation of the sensitivity of the each patient that can determine the optimum size of the dose given. Optimum size of the dose is given at mentioned in the aphorism number 278. The sign that continue increasing it progressively until the patient, while the feeling generally better, being this manifest one or the more of the old original symptom. This is a good sign that this aphorism number 100, 280. Okay, this return of this old symptom is a good sign. Okay, return of the old symptom is a good sign, the original symptom, and the medicine is stopped as this in is an the indication that no more is needed as the symptom are for the of this remedy. To verify this is the remedy is stopped for the week or 2 weeks, for a week at this 2 week. If the symptoms are of this remedy, they will disappear in a few days and no more the medicine may be this needed. If trace of the original complaint remain, the sign should be the continue from where it was this left off. Okay, there are this already this mentioned here this aphorism number 281. Homeopathic aggravation, that is and the intensification of the original complaints at the beginning of this treatment is a sure the sign that the dose and that is the quality of the dissolved the granules. Okay, this too large and must this reduce aphorism number 200 282. If the smallest dose given, even if this remedy is the appropriate, that the harm though done is the significant and this appropriate remedy quickly put in this case order. That is aphorism number 282. Okay, these are the all the summaries, all the point are the summaries are the things. Okay, now that's exactly that is merit actually the exclusive features of the LM potency. They are the exclusive features of Lm potency. Is actually this merits of the Lm potency. Lm potency. Undesirable aggravation can be this avoided. That is good. Dr. Honeyman gave this gift to all the homeopathic physicians. Is a totally avoid the aggravation. And second point is carefully selected this homeopathic remedy may be this repeated daily or and for this longer duration that which was not possible with the centesimal scale of preparation. In this put here the fifth edition of the organ. Fifth edition of the organ. Okay, it promotes the rapid cure and is quick action, rapid cure. The duration, the centesimal scale, the treatment is so much long, so much lengthy, and is not a cure this rapidly, okay, and is lengthy cure. Okay, maybe the aggravation is also the very aggressive, very large type of the aggravation, or dangerous aggravation. The fourth point, it has a deeper action than the centesimal and the decimal scale of the potency. Fifth one, the duration of treatment is diminished to 1 half or the one quarter or even still to less. The duration of the treatment is a very diminished. But in the centesimal scale, the treatment is a very large as compared to. Sixth one, the sensation of this well-being, this appear, this first and this homeopathic aggravation comes from only the two toward the end of this treatment. Okay, sensation of well-being that appearing the first and the homeopathic aggravation comes up only toward the end of the treatment. When the centesimal scale, the aggravation is a very earlier as compared to this Lm potency. Increasing in the symptom of the case of the disease appear only at the end of the treatment. Okay, and this medicinal aggravation does not come up in this method. Maybe this quite will occur, but this medicinal aggravation is not occurs to them. This is a quite not a quietly. This absolutely the medicinal aggravation does not come up in this method. This power of rising arise, but does aggravation are the avoided. The homeopathic aggravation can be this controlled by the regulation of the doses. Regulation of the doses. You can repeat the dose, and this homeopathic aggravation is the reduced. Okay? And there are this last 3 points. The cure take place the rapidly and in the gentle way, so the satisfied the high steady cure the declare under the aphorism number second of the sixth edition of Organon of Medicine. This is the goal of Dr. Samuel. What is this goal? The its cure take place rapidly and in the gentle way, thus the satisfied the high steady cure as the declare under the aphorism number second of the sixth edition of Organ of Medicine. This is Hahnemann's goal, and Hahnemann gave this gift to all the homeopathic physicians. There remain no doubt from which potency to start. Okay, you can choose the LM1, LM1, LM2 slightly. This increases. Okay, not you cannot confuse here. Okay, and the last point, with use of this potency, the honorable homeopathic physician understand well and when the cases of the medications. Okay, these are the exclusive the features of the LM potency, are the merits of the LM potency. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all listening to me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the extensive points regarding the LM potency and in detail explanation regarding the LM potency.
Yes,
If the participants have any doubts, they can comment in comment box so that we will start the question and answer session.
actually, all these cases you can do in the. I request to all the homeopathic physician always you choose the LM potency because the minimize this aggravation and repetition. You choose the repetition of the doses very frequently up to cure the patient and this cure gently and ideal cure. Is the highest ideal cure is the goal of the doctor.
I hope the participants are very clear with the topic, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will move on to the conclusion session, sir. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the in detail explanation of the LM potency. It's a great session, sir. So thank you all the participants for the active participation. Thank you all.
Thank Thank
So
you. Thank you all the participants to listening me very and I give this very briefly to all this idea already just mentioned in this footnote and aphorism and the sixth edition all this one. Ma'am, I request all the video you can audio you share me to my mail.
sure, sir. By within a couple of days, it will be uploaded in YouTube, sir. That link will be shared to you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
all the
you.
participants. Thank you
Participant.
all.
Thank you. Namaste.